Pole position then will be the 6 of Alex Lynn. He's got Stanley Clark for company with Lewis Hall and Sam Hayes on the second row. Tom Drake and Alfie Forrester on row 3. Then it's Riley Sims-Ezard in 7th with Amy Peacock alongside Cameron Tipping and Ayrton Rye. Complete the top 10 with Max Gray-Trex and Joshua Sullivan on row 6. Thomas Potter starts 13th with Joshua Owen alongside Larry Price and Sebastian Bierman are on row 8. Max Wheatley and Jack Collinson share row number 9 with the top 20 completed by Max Williams and James Fabricius. Harry Samuel starts 21st. He's got Harris Alley sharing the 11th row with Frezzy Houseago, Maximus Lewis and Isaac Hewburn. 25 runners then in this heat number 4. Once this is done, we'll know which of our drivers will go into that B final runoff. Alex Lynn then making his way round towards the pole position. To slot himself in, there he is. The outside lane, just going a little bit too far forward once again. It's going to be Stanley Clark just having his cart rolled back into place. The 14 of Isaac Hewburn is in position then as the marshal just looking to confirm that everybody is in the correct grid slots and the wheels aren't too far forward. Got confirmation, keep an eye on them red lights then at the top of the screen. They extinguish. It's another very, very fast start from the 51 of Stanley Clark. He's going to sweep right the way around the outside into that first corner on Alex Lynn. So Clark then leading the way from Lynn. Then it looks like it's Lewis Hall and Tom Drake. Larry Price has had a good start as well. He looks like he's made up a place or two. Yeah. Not sure we're going to have timing. Haven't got confirmation on that. So when they come over the start line, we'll just have to call it visually. Clark leading away from Lynn, then Hall with Drake, Hayes, Peacock, Forrester, Gray-Trex, Tipping, then Sims-Ezard with Potter, Price and Sullivan behind. Lewis Hall, very tight there, and Sam Hayes could potentially sweep all the way around the outside. He does. He slots back in. Like I say, I don't think we've got the timing at the moment, so we're just going to have to call this one as we see. Max Gray-Trex down the inside of Alfie Forrester. He is through, and that moves him up into 7th place. Forrester down to 8th, then it's Tipping with Potter, Price and Sullivan nose to tail. There we go, the timing has appeared, thank you to whomever presses the buttons at on the alpha timing. Clark currently leading then from Alex Lynn with a 10th, that's the gap. Side by side in the background as Potter's found a way past Cameron Tipping. And then we'll do exactly the same in the background. You'll catch him in a minute down the inside of Alfie Forrester. So we'll give you a full rundown when they come through now that we've got timing next time round. So it's going to be Clark leading from Lynn, then Drake, Hayes, Peacock, Hall, Gray-Trex. In front of Potter, then Forrester and Cameron Tipping. There's contact between Cameron Tipping and Alfie Forrester. Tipping comes in hot, and there's heavy, heavy contact into the side of the 79 of Alfie Forrester. Tipping's lived the corner out, although he has dropped down 3 or 4 places. Forrester, though, is dropped a number of places all the way down towards the tail end of the field. Potter down the inside into the right-hander on Lewis Hall. just having a look at the timing there, I think we could be a lap down on the timing. It's only showing Stanley Clark as having done 2 laps, and he's definitely done 3, so we could be a slight lap down on timing. The time at the top, though, is where we need to look for in this one. It's 8 minutes plus 1 lap at the end of it for this one. There is Alfie Forrester on the outside of the track. We've got waved yellow flags down in towards that part of the track. So there'll be no overtaking where the yellow flag are. Then we're green again from post 3. So there'll be no overtake into the Degner 1 hairpin as it stands at the moment. We'll keep an eye out on our leaders when they come through next time, as Max Greatrex has just gone very, very wide. Train of carts here behind Lewis Hall in 8th place, although Greatrex goes down the inside, and will Price do exactly the same. There's a gaggle of carts coming round that corner. Price is very, very wide, and the tracker comes in, and Price is up and over the top of Lewis Hall. This is going to be stopped, I can assure you. The red flag's immediately out here as the track came together. Larry Price and Lewis Hall, contact between the two of them, and at half race distance, this one will come to an end for now, and I think they'll be resumed in a short while. So just as the drivers come round, they're all going to stop into position as we make sure everybody is okay round there. Reds are out heavily, and what I think we're going to do for a short while at the very, very least is just head back to the paddock walk that I did earlier on, and then we'll be able to come back to the racing when the track is clear. We are back here then at Ellough Park. Pleased to report that both drivers involved in that incident prior to the red flag are okay. The driver of the 44, Lewis Hall, he's walked back into the paddock with the driver of the 97, Larry Price. He's just gone off to have precautionary checks, but got the thumbs up from his dad that he is okay. So the cart has already been wheeled back in, with work being done to get that cart back out later on. Points for the 2 heats, I'm not sure will be enough to get him through, with no points in the in this one to get him out in the A final, but then he'd certainly be able to get out in the B if he is okay. So we are in single file format here. These drivers will roll round under a Battenberg flag and then be met with a green flag upon the resumption of this race. Just making sure everybody's in the correct order, which they have been. They were lined up a little bit further back and then called forward into single file format. There is Alex Lynn on the camera. He's going to be going off 2nd place. Behind him is Tom Drake in the 19. Lynn there with that one of the Hamilton-esque bell helmets. The field rolling round then now. Stanley Clark leading the field round. It will be single file, and then they'll be met with a green flag. The first lap, though, I believe will be carried out under Battenberg, and that is already out over start finish, so there'll be no overtaking until then. Half race pace led round by Stanley Clark. So on the resumption of this race, it's Clark from Lynn with Tom Drake in 3rd place. Then it's Amy Peacock in 4th, Sam Hayes, George Ralston, Max Greatrex, Jack Collinson, Joshua Sullivan, Cameron Tipping. And then one of the Kart Tech carts, it's the 12. It's of Max Wheatley. In front of James Fabricius. '24 of Max Williams. Then Riley Sims-Ezard with 37 of Sebastian Bierman. Harris Ali is behind one of the Housegoes. So Clark will lead them round then. The pace on this round lap has been quite quick, so out of the final corner they'll come though, expecting to see the green flag. So can anybody make their way through. It's green and we're away and racing. Alex Lynn immediately is alongside, but wasn't in front when it came to the start finish. And Alex Lynn, but he carries too much speed in on tyres that are going to be quite cold, having been sat, and he will drop back down into second place. Great start though by Alex Lynn as the field all nose to tail all the way down to the 24 of Max Williams. She's down in around about 13th place as there's a move down the inside down there by the 20 of Potter on Sam Hayes, then Max Gray-Trex is to the inside as well. Still half race distance here, 4 minutes remaining in this heat number 4 for Honda Cadet. So they bounce their way up and over the curbs. Fabricius down the inside of Wheatley into the right-hander Alan Wones. Clark then now leading once again from Alex Lynn, who had that good start, as Tom Drake comes to the inside, half overtake, half defend. I think it's very, very defensive to the inside once again. Peacock in 4th place with Potter in 5th. Now Potter down the inside of Amy Peacock and turns Peacock, goes into Peacock, straightens up halfway round the corner. And that's going to allow Sam Hayes to come through as well. Then Max Gray-Trex is going to try and take advantage. And Jack Collinson's on the grass. And Fabricius then will come down the inside of Joshua Sullivan into the heavy braking zone at Barney's. And he takes advantage of the entire field concertinaing together. Alex Lynn sets a personal best and closes in on Stanley Clark. Clark willing that cart on down the back straight. Then you've got Tom Drake. Then there's Peacock. Peacock and Hayes with Gray-Trex, and there's contact between Gray-Trex and Sam Hayes. And Sam Hayes will drop behind Sullivan. He's down to 10th place. Gray-Trex is going to be slow as well, potentially on exit. Will that allow Fabricius to get alongside? He's battling with Collinson as they head down that hill towards Barney's. Collinson defends a little bit to the inside. Wheatley gets down the inside of Cam Tipping. He's through. Max Williams on the back of that in the 24 cart. So they make their way through. Clark sets the fastest lap. Potter now in 3rd place with the fastest lap of the race, with Drake, then Peacock, Fabricius, Gray-Trex, Collinson, Sullivan and Hayes. Potter, that's him in front of Drake, with Alex Lynn in front. Stanley Clark leading the way in the 51. Right on the back of Alex Lynn now is Thomas Potter. He's bringing Tom Drake along with him as well. Stanley Clark leads by half a second. Collinson looks like he's got past Max Gray-Trex for 7th place. Look for that to switch round on the screen in a few moments. There we go. So we get that confirmation. Under the 1 minute mark. Alex Lynn, who's won races in CKC this season, holding off Thomas Potter. Now Potter's going to come to the inside into down the inside into Alan Wones, and that's going to allow Tom Drake to come through as well by the looks of things. And he does move through into 3rd place. Lynn in 4th then now. And Lynn straight back down the inside. Great move by Alex Lynn. And he's back up into 3rd place. Drake down to 4th in front of Peacock, Fabricius, Collinson, Gray-Trex, Sullivan and Hayes. Still running inside the top 10, having dropped down from 7th earlier on in the race. Confirmation that Potter moving up there into 2nd place with Alex Lynn, Tom Drake, Amy Peacock. Sam Hayes coming under pressure from Max Wheatley. Max Wheatley's going to come to the inside. He drops straight back into the wheel tracks of Hayes, but then Hayes goes wide. And Wheatley is down the inside, and Hayes will drop outside the top 10 briefly as he comes straight back down the inside into Holmes. They'll be side by side as they head down towards O'Rossi, and they're still side by side as they head towards Clinton's. Hayes isn't giving this one up, and he holds on, but then Wheatley's going to get the cut back into the next corner, and Wheatley is through on Sam Hayes. He will then defend down into Wones. On the back there, he's got Cameron tipping for company, so right in the middle, personal best for Potter and Lynn. Potter has moved away, though, ever so slightly from that battle for second place. Stanley Clark still leads, although the gap down to half a second. Last lap board out. We missed that when they came through last time, as we were watching a battle further down the field, and then cut to this one after they've already come over start finish. So they're going to have 2 corners, and Potter is right now on the back of Stanley Clark. Clark has a look over the shoulder on Thomas Potter. Potter takes a huge chunk of curb down the inside. Out of the final corner they come, though. Stanley Clark will come through to see the checkered flag and take the victory from Thomas Potter and Alex Lynn. Then it's going to be Tom Drake. Fabricius gets past Peacock. Then it's Collinson Sullivan at the final corner. Dive down the inside of Max Gray-Trex up into 8th place. Gray-Trex in 9th with Max Wheatley in 10th place in front of Hayes, Williams, Tipping, Bierman, Samuel and Sims Ezard.